the government does not have to have the family's willingness to prosecute and do all the stuff they do. They do not have to do it. People think they do. No, they don't, but they like it. And if it's a case, even with a witness, if they can convict you without a witness, they'll do it as well, in case you were a hostile witness. But I will tell you one thing right now. This one doesn't seem like they want to go to prison. Sounds like a doper herself. I watched a lot of dope transactions in my life. And she's just like a doper. So as a doper, she goes and gets the stuff. This little one here, this little broad here, this is the one I want to listen to. She's the one. She's a snake.
But they didn't have money for.
Yeah, man. Hey, look at my cupcakes, bro.
When I was 18,
My video.
I was living on my own. I had a 2-year-old daughter.
Listen now.
And I was approached by my sister, and she told me that she had an opportunity.
Just threw her sister under the bus. Approached my sister. You know, she don't. Maybe it's a.
I would put you at the front.
All right, guys. This is reaction video. My own video on Jubilee. It's got millions of views, probably 1.7 million views. I'm gonna do it. It was a month ago or something, 2 months ago. They got a bunch of criminals together. That's what they did. They got me and a bunch of criminals together. What they did was have us guess. They didn't tell us who we were. They didn't tell us what we did. We didn't know each other, and we actually got on there, and then everybody looked at everybody, and everybody did their things, and then you start to have to rate the person on what they did, like were they a criminal or not. How the vibes were, I call it. You know, the quick look. You know, the tattoos, the way they stand, the way they look, their eyes. Look at that. Look at that bopping bitch. Now, that one, and that guy was fake. I mean, you know, too clean, too nice. It's hard to go to do a real prison time and not come out with tattoos or something. I don't know what kind.
About, you know,
the old man.
I'm not sure.
The old man had him on his arms and shit, but old man's funny. Old men are funny anyway, and I picked him right out to be what he was, which was a marijuana smuggler. In fact, the biggest marijuana or the longest serving sentence. He knew Randy Lanier. Matter of fact, we called Randy on the phone. And, so Randy's a good dude too. So.
Drugs. Who cares about it?
Matter of fact, they got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Randy's got a pot farm now, a whole bunch of stuff.
Got a face tattoo.
And it's pretty cool to watch these guys get out of prison and have pot farms and stuff like that. And now they're.
There's that twerk. You're like a serial killer. Oh, you.
Look at me. I'm telling her.
Could have been.
I'm telling her she's like a serial killer. Look at her.
I would have a drink with you.
Oh, yeah, I tell her I'll have a drink with her. I split that bitch in half.
Which side?
All the way, all the way.
Okay.
Pop, you stay right there.
Nick.
I don't think she did that much of a serious crime.
To the side.
I think the last two should switch. I think he probably
Did you know what I was
did
gonna
the
say?
worst crime. She did the least worst crime. By appearance, that's just my opinion. She looks very angelic.
Look
like,
at they put an
innocent to me,
angel halo.
And
You know,
he just
neither of
looks
these
more
women
rugged, like he's
are
willing to
good
do
at all.
something a little more.
That's all I can tell you right now.
In
She
my
did
opinion.
time. See her hand tattoos.
Neither of these
She's like that
women
nurse
were
that killed somebody.
women that were,
You know, they killed
in my
with the-
opinion,
You
women that.
Everybody killed somebody, man.
When I was in prison,
Neither
a lot
of
of the
these
dudes
women-
that were in there for serious crimes didn't look like they were in there for serious crimes. If they looked like
Look, he's
like
trying to
typical
play
dude
like
you
he
would see in
knows.
an office, I
He
was
ain't
like,
been in prison since he was a little kid. He went to nothing like hardcore prisons. So I mean, he thinks he's a bank fraud.
Lots of different stretches.
I've been a lot of different stretches. Not one of them had me right.
A lot of people
Nick
who
was
do like
laughing about
really
that.
serious
Oh,
crimes,
there's Molly. She wants something.
they end up finding their zen in prison, and so they'll just
But,
be this
you know,
like, calm or about
Anyway,
or they've done so much time
yes.
that they don't readjust well to the world, and then you catch an air of like, you know, that PTSD, that anxiety off people. And when people did
Trying
a
to call me
violent
all these
crime, that
names.
doesn't really tell you anything.
She's trying to act like
about
she's some
their
smart-ass
life,
bitch.
because that can be a 5-minute
Well, she's
accident.
not.
When people have drug crimes or identity theft, that's usually indicative of their lifestyle.
I disagree. If you're apt to be violent, you're going to be violent. It's not like a snap that killed the motherfucker. No, you know, it's in you to kill them.
I was in women's prison, so violence
They
is
have
a
crazy
less.
bitches in there. You know that.
I mean, there's girls who killed their abusive boyfriends.
Right.
Though. I
See,
mean, that was
see what
most
you
of
just
the
said?
murders
There's
that
birds
I
that kill
saw.
their
you
decent
go, right?
their boyfriends. They fight.
Man, they
So
got
then I
switch
call
it.
and then she goes, "What are you talking about, killing babies and killing?" She said all this stuff.
Yeah,
She's,
you get your feelings
she
about
didn't know what she
it.
said.
No.
She acting like she
You gotta
tough
go
too.
over
This guy went down when he was young, and
Oh
he's
man,
changed.
it was
He's
me
not
and
the
her.
same guy
They didn't
he
show
was
when I
he
made this
went
bitch
down for
cry
something
3
when he was
times.
17, 18, 19.
I can't
see
help it,
personal
man.
growth
I,
on
get-
this one,
I'm an old guy now,
which I think
and I
we
don't
need
mean
to
I'm
get
an old
some
guy. You guys know
serious-
I'm not
Come down
really an
here.
old guy.
Young lady right here should move over. You got the spider web on your
They're
elbow.
trying to make
You know,
everyone
it's-
talk.
it's
I
giving you
remember that
some
whole
kind of
shit,
cartel
man.
vibes.
This guy here,
They-
though, mine is on a
they
lot
didn't
of
know
time,
who-
but
they
I
knew who
don't
they
think
had,
it's for
but-
that serious of a crime.
Funny,
I get
man.
like 70s dope case off you, or maybe like environmental terrorism, or some of the.
He's
like,
right. She was
you know,
right. Yeah.
radical
We
stuff,
all
the
got
real
him right.
radical stuff that
If
was
he doesn't
happening in
look
the
like the
70s.
quintessential
'Cause I see
70s
that, like,
marijuana dope
political
smuggler,
edge to you,
who
maybe,
does,
so
you
I
know?
would put you down.
all kidding aside, doesn't he?
At least to the right.
I mean, I don't care who you out there. Does he look that?
He's got a lot
That's
of
to me,
murder.
man.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's a shot
Trust
caller.
me, he's got a body.
So we have our 2 women over here on the most serious.
Because women are
Look,
like
they
that.
got the
I mean,
2 women.
they could be
That's the
snakes.
producer. She's saying now she knows all about
Psychopaths.
crime.
I mean,
And my Nick says, Larry, why'd you try to make you like you were a nice
This
guy?
gentleman over
You
here
knew you were
has
the worst
bad
criminal there.
experiences with women.
And I don't know
He
about
will
knowing the worst
traumatize
criminal there, but
you. Just about
I thought it
nothing
was
he
like I was
says
gonna go
about
back to
women
prison if I
aligns
got all the
with
way
my
up there. So I kept
experience
fighting to
with
go back up
almost
there.
Everybody.
I don't know why.
For less serious crimes.
killing their babies and stuff.
See?
Yeah, man, they were fighting back against abusive
Oh,
men.
don't
with
See,
that
fuck
comment.
back against
Might be
abusive men.
what's going
Watch
on
what I say about
They
that.
hit you first, and then they say, "Oh man, he hit me because he's a baby." That bitch hits me. I thought I hit her like a man. You know,
Okay,
it's
proving
like-
my point right here.
No, because it's just about society. Listen, if a bitch slaps you, what are you supposed to do?
Slap him back.
Call your
Thank you,
sister.
Pop.
You heard
man,
Pop?
you're the old school.
Slap him
Listen,
back.
I'm not gonna abuse her. I never hit
Pop
a
was
woman
on
in
my
life.
side
This
right
gentleman
there.
over here.
What do you do? They
interrupts
slap
people
you.
a lot when he
Slap him
talks.
back.
So he doesn't have that respect. that or so there's 2 ways this could go.
I
Or you were
completely
high up on the
flip-flop.
food chain. So
I did
think you
flip-flop.
did
Yeah,
bids,
you know, 'cause
bids,
first of all, I
bids.
didn't flip-flop.
You
I
were
never
there
think
long
drugs
enough
is
to
bad.
get either that
You know,
Xan, or you were always getting in
so,
fights. You were on the
you
short
guys
bids,
is-
you were
I
always
think
getting
I
in
was a
fights.
flip-flop
You
when
run
they ma-
your mouth.
I like this. Keep going.
Yeah, I think he is, right? I don't know. What do you mean by
There's
flip-flop?
obviously more boisterous characters, and usually, from my experience, the louder they
My
are,
position in the
typically
show.
The less serious.
Oh, I
the
ended
crime.
up
It's more
flip-flopping.
Like a
Yeah.
bravado in there, and that's not my style. The dude with the Nike shirt on, I think he's secretly down here somewhere. That's my guess.
Where I'm at? Where I'm
Bank fraud dude is down here
Yeah, I
as
think
well.
he's up here a little bit more.
I think you're over here.
you?
I
This
think
spot?
you're
Okay.
right here, actually.
Okay.
The way that I rank drug offenses is on like the lowest scale. I just don't even think it should be illegal.
I agree with
So
him.
I still
I don't
think
think drugs
this
should be
guy
illegal.
Is,
I really
has
don't.
dealt
I
with
think
some
it's BS.
addiction issues and went to prison on that. I put Zane down towards the end because I think he was just on drugs and kept getting some dirty ways and went to prison.
What do people who have struggled with addiction look like?
You.
It's a mix.
That's who.
Mix for sure.
Everybody.
That's who.
Everybody.
What do
struggles
people?
with something.
You. Listen, man. We all have our own addictions,
You two
man.
are
Trust me, we do.
Serious as well as this guy right
We're
here.
something serious. You're
And
up
I
there.
think you're down here.
No.
That's my guess.
Look at me. Now,
I can't put it
down.
down.
I'd say
She's down.
I'd
put her in the
you
middle
here.
because that's what she was. She killed it.
I
She
think
killed
you
it.
two are
Listen, I don't hate her.
serious times,
You'll
especially
see.
you've
I
never
flip-flop
said
with
a whole
her.
lot, and I know you're
I don't hate anybody. I told you that, man.
Because you just handle yourself. a
Yeah,
little
I
bit.
object.
And that's the truth, guys, man. I don't hate
Bank
people.
fraud and
You can tell your
and
friends
you,
that, man. You want
I
to go
think
crazy chat?
that
You can hear
be a
some crazy
switch.
stories
But
here
I
on
know
this
you
chat.
I think you're
Come
in
to
that
Twitch over here.
somewhat
You guys
serious
got to know
range.
that too.
I think he
I
needs to
could
come
this-
here.
I could follow this show and do this.
I'm next to you.
Now look at the pop put me
And
down
I
there.
think that'll lock it in.
That lock it in. Look at the old man. That'll lock it in.
We're gonna lock this appearance right now.
Man, each con can now reveal the crime that they were charged with. They cannot
I was
disclose
charged with misdemeanor
amount of
DUI
time.
with injury.
Misdemeanor
I was charged
DUI.
with delivery of heroin,
Are you
conspiracy
kidding me?
to
You
distribute
belong in
heroin,
the same
and
room
drug
as me on
delivery
this
resulting
stuff.
in death.
I was charged with
I don't think any of them really
I was
did.
charged with organized
Maybe the
fraud,
gang
grand
kid
theft.
who whacked
I was
somebody in the old
charged,
man.
with the RICO.
That's 3 of the
for
real
armed
criminals
robbery
there.
and more.
I was charged with conspiracy to trafficking, and RICO for cannabis.
I was charged with aggravated assault, attempted murder on a witness, murder, conspiracy, and gun charge.
You gotta go, Pop. Least serious. You gotta go down to the end. He's gotta go all the way to the end.
She's got to go up there.
I think she should go second
Yeah.
because her crime injured someone. I think you should
Oh,
go third.
wow. Look at, she should go second because she whacked
My
somebody.
personal thought is
She ended
this
up
was an
killing,
accident.
no,
Dude
gave
gets
dope
high or
to her
drunk,
friend. The
crashes,
dope
it
died.
results in an injury, which
Listen,
sucks.
she didn't,
It's not a-
maybe she did
he
put the hit
had
on
that.
her,
He wishes that
but
he didn't.
I don't think that.
You'd made a
That's what I'm
choice.
saying. That's least serious.
You made it exactly. So
So you
you're
gotta get back
I
here.
think you're back
Yeah,
over
you
here. I
gotta
think
come back
you,
here.
personally, if you take a gun or a weapon and try to rob someone, armed robbery is
Okay, yeah,
serious.
that's
That's like you
That's
make the
intentional.
wrong move and dude's dead. So
Oh
I think
man,
yours is a lot
he's
more
telling me
thought
that I'm
out.
robbing.
Bad
That's all they
idea.
got me, but I'm all right.
put you
I was happy
over,
with my sentence.
Heroin?
Heroin.
Yeah,
I was
heroin,
happy with 4
in my
12-year
opinion,
sentences
heroin's
on
not a
that
big deal.
pop-up.
So I'm with you. I'm personally, I'm like, okay, drug people, you're down here.
I thought it was hilarious.
I
They
think
put
what
him at least
the
serious.
intent, that is what
You're
criminal
right.
law should be
So
based
they
on. Willful
We
behavior.
can't have a few harsh
Accidents,
words. Right. I
that's
feel
a
you.
different thing.
Same
If you
filthy
didn't, like,
caveman.
get behind
I
the
agree
wheel of
with
the
you,
car and
man.
Said, today's the day
Yep.
I'm gonna hurt someone.
Gaber says, you know what she was
Think
doing for
about
H
serious,
back in the day,
could be
man.
an
I don't care what
accident,
you
a really
tell me.
serious accident.
She opened that booty hole.
An accident with a truck
That's
driver,
what
someone
happened,
killed people.
man.
That's serious, Robert.
What was yours?
Can't, sorry about saying
A
that.
fraud. You're going down there. You're
Nick.
over after the guy in the black shirt. This is good right here.
I still,
15.
so fraud, in my opinion, is worse
Gotta
than
take
theft.
that.
So
Yeah.
this girl's got to come in front of this girl.
I'd agree with that.
You still belong in the front, like all the way up there.
Yeah.
Stop making me
You
laugh.
need to go to number one.
For real?
No, number two. Yeah.
I agree with that.
because
This
I
one,
wholeheartedly
look at
agree.
this
You
one.
should not have been
Look at this
delivering
one. She
drugs.
got tattoos like
What
she's
about all the
she's
times
definitely in
that
a
I
gang or
overdosed?
what, you know.
But
You
someone
shouldn't
was
have
there
been
to
to the
nurse
gang.
me. Okay,
Gang
so
work.
then you just admitted that my choice to use drugs was my choice.
It is a
It's
choice.
for my responsibility.
I understand. My
Hey,
mother
she
died of
said
drug
she was
overdose,
good.
too. Hey, she shouldn't have been doing drugs. I think your crime is terrible.
She
Like,
said
you
this is the
shouldn't have
first
been
time she
selling
committed a
drugs.
crime.
So I think
Or
you
that's the
belong
first time
in
she
number
knew.
two.
So you think
And she
drugs
was
are
getting 10
serious
grand a
crime?
pop.
do.
Okay,
First time
that's
she
just-
get out of
I would
here.
grade
Who are you
seriously.
kidding?
Drugs to me
And then
not
she has all
serious,
these
so I think
tactics.
Opposite.
Man, bitch, you
Robberies,
crazy.
Guns, murders, all that kind of stuff.
There isn't a
Little bit high, that's
chance
serious.
that lady didn't know what she was doing. Getting 10 grand to put the money in the bank and say, oh, it's mine. Oh, sure, that's from Uncle Sam. Get out of here, lady.
In the behavior they are engaging in. And under
And
that,
this
I
one,
would actually be
when you
less
get down to
serious
it, man, they
than
party.
because the
And
person
unless
who
she,
did not
you know,
consent
listen, if
to
you're a
the
heroin,
drugs,
you
they
got a
were
lot of
out
power if you're
walking
that dealer,
driving
man. You
their
bring them a
car, they
dirty
weren't
bag,
engaging in a
they
dangerous
gone.
behavior.
And that's all it is, an
100%.
overdose.
And fraud, that's way worse than.
Yeah, it is.
I ain't
I'm
saying
willing
you
to
murder
go
her,
get
but
Yeah,
drugs.
I think this is which.
it's a nice way
I
to
don't-
get rid of your
I don't
husband.
agree with that.
Or your wife.
You guys are drugs are just drugs.
Sorry,
man.
This is which.
Every drug should be legal. I don't care about fentanyl should be legal.
If
Every drug.
if people
It's a
could get
choice.
fentanyl from a pharmacy, they wouldn't die because they
Right.
would be able to dose. Fentanyl is in every hospital every
Oh,
single
look
day.
at Genius
People
here.
don't overdose and die from fentanyl
I didn't
in
get her.
hospital. Why is that?
She looked like a
Because
guy,
people know
and then
the
she made up her
dose
face
is
nice.
precise.
So she had me
The reason
confused.
Why people die from drugs?
You know,
is drugs
I'm
are-
being honest, man.
That's it.
Look,
I know
she
that.
had
To me, it's
jeans
not
on,
serious.
walking around, hopping
Choice
out, and
I
they're
really
like,
involved.
you know, that's
I'll
cool.
be a
I mean,
guy
hey,
who
listen, I'm
violates
all in, do what
anyone
you
way or
think,
another.
you know, for
It's-
real. But then she had that nice
This is
makeup on and
criminal
those eyes and those lips,
So
like,
I would
oh,
put
come
all
get me.
drug crimes as
So,
the least serious.
I don't know.
Then
Maybe it's just that that's
accidents
the way
of
it is
whatever
out there. I don't
kind,
know.
Even if they result in
I guess I'm
injury
too
or
old for
death,
that.
Then
Not too
willful
old for that, 'cause it was in
behaviors
my
that are,
generation.
Like nonviolent.
Too
like
old
in
for,
person
like,
or drug
I don't know,
distribution was
maybe
a
just a
willful-
little
This is
confused.
like, I mean, I don't think prostitution should be illegal because
Of course not. No one believes prostitution should be illegal.
Be abuses. There wouldn't
Man,
be
you can sell your
consent.
body, sell everything else. What the hell's the difference? You sell your sneakers and your underwear.
Okay.
But it's a
Man, you
consensual
get online and do
transaction between
dirty
adults.
underwear and
There
sell.
is risk.
Come on, man.
Are you saying that the criminal law as written in the United States is
up,
infallible
Nick.
and perfect?
No.
Nick, I'm
'Cause,
doing
like, being
something
a
here.
lesbian could have
You
gotten
weren't
sent
supposed to talk.
prison in previous decades. Criminal law is a construct, a social construct. It varies by county line. How
Criminal law is a
arbitrary
social
is that? That
construct.
the
It is.
side of a
Well,
county
it's not
line
so.
you're standing on could
It
the
could be
difference
considered, I
between
guess, a social
probation and
contract,
20
but it's
years.
also a
I'm
legal
agreeing.
contract.
Anytime you got a choice to do it.
Once you sign your American citizen, you have to follow that legal contract,
Someday say, hey, fuck it, I f***ed up.
or it
And
becomes a
change
law.
If you wanna. If you don't wanna
So a
change,
social
it's your own
contract is that
business.
we're all gonna hang out.
But you can
No,
do
this is
that.
illegal.
What I'm getting at. that.
Each ex can share their personal story. There's still those this. Man,
When I was a kid,
this is
I
when
was,
they made
you know,
me
a
look
little
like a bad guy.
street-killer. I moved up, and I wound up moving to Florida, and it was closer to Colombia and Jamaica. My main thing was to figure out how to get cannabis from there to here. And
It was
I
a
wound
transport.
up, you know, doing a couple little airplane deals, then big boats, and then
Couple
bigger
little airplane
airplanes.
deals, boats. It's just like
just
Randy
wound up
Lanier. He's working with my
getting
buddy.
completely out of hand, you know. It was nonstop for years and years. Hundreds of thousands of pounds of cannabis, actually. And then
Hundreds
I
and
got
hundreds of
arrested.
thousands of pounds of cannabis.
I went away for a couple of years and got out, and then got arrested again. I was set up by a friend of mine. He had owed me some money for an airplane that he had stolen from me and crashed.
I have to have Pops on my show.
That's how
You hear his story,
he
Nick?
put it together with me.
We should have that
get
guy on
me
the show.
into doing it, because I told him like 4 or 5 times, no, I don't want to do that. No, you know, I'm done with that. 3 years in prison was enough for me, you know. He kept hounding at me, and I wound up borrowing some money from some people that I shouldn't have. And when they wanted it back, that's when he got me to conspire with him. A reverse sting is what they called it. You know, where the police set you up. And that's when
Yeah, that's a
Got
sad
a hold
story,
of
isn't
it.
it, guys?
I
Police
made
set
all
up.
my time in prison good. I didn't waste any time with anything that I did in that. I tried to stay positive all the time I was in there. I tried to help as many people as I could, you know, especially youngsters, that I would try to get them out of what they were doing.
So when I was 19, I had just gotten prescribed Xanax that day.
Oh, just got.
so
Yeah, this,
I
this,
ended
is what,
up
this is when he got a nice
15,
fake script, because he was script
and,
doctoring. He was, going around script
and then
shopping.
woken up early in the
So
morning
he
to
got
drop
that
off my
shipment
friend
there.
at
He
his
said,
house.
"This is my shipment now."
When we pulled up to the first stoplight,
took it.
I actually fell asleep. And he had woken me up and asked me, like, if I wanted him to drive. And I told him, no, I'm good. I can drive. I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah,
Probably
perfectly
no
fine.
less than like a minute or
He
two
was a
later,
cutie. I think a lot
was
of
going
people
down a
liked him.
hill, And I hit a tree.
But he had too
and
much of
flipped
that
my car.
facial, those things all over his house. That's
We were
crazy,
both
man.
not injured from the car accident, but he ended up getting an injury.
Yeah, there
from
were a
kicking
few
out my
inmates that
windshield.
looked like
He
her.
had scratched up his entire
There's some
like,
better
10
than her.
stitches on his leg, and that's why
Told you.
a DUI with
He
injury.
looks like a sweet boy.
So my best friend and I, we both got into OxyContin, and then they cracked down on OxyContin prescribing. So all of a sudden, it was like $100 a pill, and people were scrambling.
Little
And we
scarlet
switched to
face.
black tar heroin.
That beauty queen.
And it took
Yeah,
a few
she's not
years
bad.
before
Look at
I
me, I
actually
think she-
got like real bad.
I don't know.
addiction.
I don't know if she's
Like,
trying to be man and I with the
both he and I,
shortcut,
We wanted a
If
better
not,
life.
the way,
like,
the angle, the walk,
didn't
yo,
want
bro,
that, but
man, what's
addiction
up, man, yo,
is
cuz.
hell,
So, I don't know.
And in that
I'm a
time,
little bit off on
my
this
friend
one.
Justin,
You guys
he was
are
going
too,
to
I know.
jail, and he got out.
All
He
right,
was trying to do the
YouTubers. Come on over,
recovery
man.
thing,
Come
but
on over to Twitch.
he
I'm
just
hanging.
couldn't manage
All
it.
right,
So within a couple
take care.
months, he relapsed, and he texted his drug dealer to deliver him a gram. And on the way to deliver it, his drug dealer got a flat tire. And he knew that I lived with a drug dealer. And so that night, he was going to be dope sick. And he had to go to work in the morning, or else he's going to violate his parole. And so he texted me asking if I could middleman a gram. And I did. He came over to my apartment. I asked if he wanted to stay and hang out. And he said, no, I got to work in the morning. And
Just don't remember
he
that.
left.
Just everybody.
And because he was right outside of Multnomah County,
Never got that
on the
witness off
Washington County
my
line,
head.
he overdosed and died that night alone
Buddy.
in his bedroom. And Washington County at that time was treating
know, I'm watching
overdoses
it.
like murder. And so they raided my apartment the next day.
Now I feel bad for
Charged
her.
me with drug delivery
She
with
sounds like she really did. That is
my
true what
best
she
friend
said about
that-
both sides of the
against the
state,
wishes of his
well,
family,
even
who
counties.
repeatedly tried to
Well,
take
not
him to
counties, because
states.
each
They always
judicial
say, like,
district
"Oh,
they
but what
call
about
them.
the victim?"
So
in this
judicial
case,
district could be a
his
different thing
mom
in the
was
state of
listed as a
Florida, at least,
victim.
but wherever you're at,
She's going to court.
they will take it up in their own
opposing the
thing, and that's the way it is.
prosecution and
So
writing a letter on my behalf at sentencing.
I know. Here's my deal with her.
Consequences only matter when
Nobody
you
in the
align
family
with
want her to
the
go to jail.
interests of the
I don't want her to go to
prosecution.
jail either.
So Justin was a criminal while he lived. jail, prison.
Oh, I know.
And the first time he
You
was
know,
ever
I'm just
treated
letting you
as
all
a
know that.
victim was after he died. And then all of a sudden they had over.
I got to pause it because I can. I just found that out. That's good. But, you know, listen, man, if nobody in the family wants to go to prison, then they know that, listen, you ain't culpable. You know, the government does not have to have the family's willingness to prosecute and do all the stuff they do. They do not have to do it. People think they do. No, they don't, but they like it. And if it's a case, even with a witness, if they can convict you without a witness, they'll do it as well, in case you were a hostile witness. But I will tell you one thing right now. This one doesn't seem like they want to go to prison. Sounds like a doper herself. I watched a lot of dope transactions in my life. And she's just like a doper. So, as a doper, she goes and gets the stuff. This little one here, this little bro here, this is the one I want to listen to. She's the one. She's a snake.
But they didn't have money for.
Yeah, man. Hey, put my cupcakes, bro.
When I was 18,
My video.
I was living on my own. I had a 2-year-old daughter.
Listen now.
And I was approached by my sister, and she told me that she had an opportunity.
Just threw her sister under the bus. Approached my sister. You know, she don't. Maybe it's a sister in her gang. Maybe she's more to it than this. You know, I don't know. This one's a little snaky. Totally a little snaky. Sorry. Hey, baby, you're a little snaky. You know it. I know it. You got it. Wednesday.
Opportunity for me to make some money. I would get paid $10,000 for every $40,000 that I would withdraw from the bank. I agreed because I was naive. What I had to do was open up a bank account, and in turn, she gave it to the people that she was.
Oh, I didn't know I was doing a crime. All she had to do was open up a bank account. She gets 25% of the intake, and the first intake is $40,000. Okay, she got 25%. That's $10K. This bitch didn't know it. She's lying like you, man. She's lying or I'm dying. I'm telling you, brothers.
Working with, they added my information to a millionaire's account, and they were transferring money from his account.
Sure, they're taking your name, putting it on a millionaire's account, small draining him, you know, saying, hey, listen, man, what a scam we got going. You could sign out on stuff here. Just pull 40 grand today. He'll never know. He was just on a trip to Europe. Well, man, he found out.
Account into my solo account. I found that out afterward. I didn't know how the money actually got in my account before this. And when we got there, I was instructed to, at the first bank, to take out less than $10,000 so that the red flags don't go up. There was 2 men, and they were the drivers driving me and my sister. I also had my 2-year-old daughter with me. At this point, I didn't even know I was committing a crime.
Wait. That's the line. That's the BS. I didn't know I was committing a crime. I opened up a bank account. False. She already knows that they're coming out and going to be dropping money in that bank account. And just because she opened that bank account, she don't know where it's coming, how it's coming, and she ends up taking this money. She's getting 25%, and she don't think she's doing a crime. Wow, man, bitch, you is crazy as shit, and you know you crazy as shit.
We made it to the as soon as I left the bank, I gave the money to the guys. At the third bank, I go in and I go to the teller. I give her my ID, and I gave her another slip to take out money. And I knew right away something was wrong. I saw her reach under the desk, which I'm guessing that's when she pressed the button and she alerted the police. When the bank was swarmed with police officers, I automatically knew that it was for me. Like, I felt it. And I got on the phone, I called my sister right away, which she was right outside with the guys in the car, and they left. They left me at the...
They left. What did you expect me to do? You're lucky you left. You know, let me tell you something, bitch. You know, you knew, hey, we're going to leave because all of us get arrested. Stupid, man. At least one of us can get us out of the joint. And, you know, why would they get arrested with you? Because you would have left too, because then you can bail them out. You know, man, what do you think we are, stupid? Listen, I've been around the block on the crime side. So you can call me Crime Fighting Larry. And Crime Fighting Larry just says you're a bunch of bullshit.
The bank. I was completely alone, 2 hours away from home, didn't know where I was at. I was 18 years old. So that night I went to jail, and I had a $10,000 bond, and I was bonded
That
out
wasn't
by
peanuts, that was
the guys, but a
I
couple days
needed.
later, they were knocking at my door. Come to find out, they were trying to harm me because they thought that I had, you know, like given them away, even though nobody else got arrested. I
Oh,
wasn't
now they
charged
thought
for the
you had it.
crime. It was
Maybe you
huge,
did, maybe you did. You got a lot of time for a stupid
organized
crime.
fraud ring.
So, I mean, you got 4 years, 5 years, 6 years for a dumb crime. And it's not your first time. I love it. My first time ever. You think you're going to jail in your first time in a little fraud case like this or a backup? Oh, I was innocent. I just opened a bank. I didn't know why I opened the bank. I'm sorry, but my first time ever making ever a mistake. 6 years. No, listen, that don't happen, man. What do you... Morty knows that don't happen, right, Morty? Yeah, he ran to the side of the bed. Morty's my man. Morty's my dog.
They had over 55 victims. 1.something million was stolen.
Oh, first time on your end, but they had 55 victims, all these millionaires. That was a nice scam, though. You guys had a nice thing going. And, you know, once you all get caught, nobody knew what they're doing, man. What a smart, no one know what you're doing scam.
And I was also a victim because I had no idea what was going on behind the scenes. I was just told to open up a bank account. So at the end, I was charged with organized fraud. It was a white-collar crime.
Oh, that's what you're probably the leader.
I started getting in trouble as a younger kid. 9 years old was my first charge,
Oh, here he
and
is.
they tried to
Here's the
take
younger
me to
kid.
detention, and it didn't work because
This
you
is
had to be
next
10.
criminal.
So from the time I
Another
hit 10
non-criminal here.
through 18, I did a decent little chunk here and there from detention.
I look like I'm looking up in the
16,
sky
I
because
got
I was
put on
pretty
state's
stoned.
custody. That's
I was
when I
hurt
started
too,
doing
man.
drugs.
And I'm
I
thinking,
broke
can I
out
tell
at
him everything
16
about my life?
years old and got addicted to pain
You know I'm
pills.
gonna start fighting with him.
So from 16 basically till 18 through high school, I was addicted to heroin and opiates. It was
Yeah, that's a
constant
shame.
drug tests,
He's
kept
addicted
getting
for 4 or 5
DUIs.
years.
I couldn't stay clean and sober. It was just.
But I think he come
nightmare
from a
for
rich
me.
mommy and daddy
Strangely
because they
enough,
can
I
send him
was
to
scar
that
on my
patch
right
stuff.
arm, if you
Man, you
maybe
come
ever
from
see
where I
it.
come from. We
I
come
was
from the
one of the first
streets.
people to get sentenced
You know what
to
you
get an
get? You get a
opiate
kick in the
blocker
ass and
installed
say
in my
quit.
arm. 19 years
That's
old.
it. You get this kid's got a
and
patch and
robbed
all that.
a drug dealer's house.
Get lawyers.
Nothing was exciting in the safe, unfortunately, but that was the crime that I had committed, was burglary of a dwelling and theft. And
Yeah, by
at
law,
19
buddy,
years
that's an
old,
occupied
they
dwelling.
sentenced me to prison
You
for
did it.
burglary of a
We know you
burglary of a
did.
dwelling and theft, not the amount of time.
No, you.
But yeah, those were my original charges, but it was heavily drug related leading up to that.
You know, I
I
feel.
started young.
Uh-oh.
I started organized crime at 12. Moved up, went to the service.
They don't know what organized crime is. That's what's so good. Young kids today, probably a lot of you guys don't know what organized crime is.
Then I got out. Then I ended up being the biggest jewel robber in the United States. Robbed 15 to 18 million. I was hooked up with organized
Wow, did you see that?
crime. So, but when I got arrested, but hell.
Listen, I got pretty nice eyes, man. I got nice blue eyes.
Helicopters, and it was fed because the state I had the mayor.
Nice
on my
beard.
pocket, and we had the whole.
I'm just seeing myself because I'm reacting to that.
These were daytime robberies.
But people don't know I got a
Go into
prison
the
outfit on
store,
for sure.
I would tie everybody up. I was, a professional. I knew who was coming, who
I
was
was
going, the cops
professional.
were coming, everything. The people we had.
Look at
boom,
him turning their head
down,
away.
boom, tag. We
Oh,
never
he's
gagged
the
anyone.
industry
We
plant.
didn't want to murder
And the
them.
black guy said, he's my brother.
They died, so we didn't do that. So after, we got.
Look at her
I
now.
mean, there was a robbery. I had dynamite and everything, but thank God we didn't use it because we were going to kidnap somebody. But we didn't because that's no statute of limitation on that crime. And then
If you guys haven't seen,
after that, I mean, I go away
Let's
for not telling.
view this.
So when I go away,
You gotta see
while
him.
I'm in there, I get
He's funny.
charged with another crime for.
They don't understand I committed another crime when I was in there. It was while I was in there.
Got out.
They indicted me when I was in there. Oh look, they
That
liked it.
conversation was so interesting. It reminds me of that unfortunate time that Billy ride his unicycle into an open pothole.
Yeah, didn't
Oh
he, like, dislocate
yeah, no
both his
free
arms
yours,
and
kids.
break his leg and
That's
he'd
no
lose a
free
tooth?
ads. Okay, no free ad. Oh, here we are.
I was a teenager. I got into the drug game early, about 15, 16 years old. I lived in with my mom. I had 4 sisters. I'm the only boy. Well, I watched my mom struggle all her life trying to take care of 5 kids by herself. So when I was in the streets hanging out, like the drug game was easy. We just stand on the corner hanging out. So I'm hanging out with him, but I ain't making no money. So I decided I'm gonna start hustling along with him. Then we started hustling, we started making money, and we started getting good at it. And we just got more into the game, from weed to serving cakes, cocaine, then crack. You know, so with that came.
I agree. I don't think
just
it was
came,
62.
You know, fights, a lot of arguments. A month after I got out of prison, I got locked up for a drug case previously. Then I bailed myself out. Then when my friends got murdered. When he got murdered, I didn't get no therapy for it, nothing like that. So I was kind of, you know, traumatized by it. And I was angry, I was hurt. And I had a mindset of that nobody else in my friends would get killed, or my family. So I was dealing with that kind of issue. And then we got into another issue with some other guys at a skating ring where we got into a shootout. I wound up killing one of the guys who was shooting at us.
I'm sure you did, man.
I run for like 3
Tell
weeks.
them whatever.
I got locked up. And when I got locked up,
Yes,
I was charged with a slew of charges.
Everybody knows that. You know,
They gave
you
us,
guys know that.
5 charges. And then
We know the full story,
yeah.
but saying dynamite and professional in the same sentence does not favor no favor.
I'm
man.
gonna say.
I feel you. It is what it is.
Yeah, just switch. That kind of good.
Uh-oh, Matt
Car
at Baked
accident
Sandwich,
was
he
just
wants
him
you.
being
So I know
intoxicated.
bad.
The scratch on his front leg, something that he kind of inflicted on himself trying to get out. So I don't think he was responsible for that, but he got charged for it.
I could make the argument with these.
Well,
two still,
let me
because
stop it
guys
right
that-
here before we get into this. Now, the black guy was a kid when he did what he did. I get that, but it's still killing somebody. He's still a murder, so you didn't get caught. How I look at all these people up here is, here's the difference between my review of anybody else's review. All these people up here, I look at what they got away with. You know, everybody up here got away with a lot, right? The lady too from me. Yo, bitch, that's not your first time. Come on. You got away with a lot of crime before that. You know, the girl with the heroin, you're on missions. You know what that's about. You have a mission to be on. You have a quest to go get shit. And that's just it, man. You got a Shane Gillis quest. You know, you straightened up when you were behind the dumpster giving head. Now, the old Pop, listen, Pop did a lot of stuff, man. Let's face it, man. He just did. Now, the kid on the end, no, he's young. He's stupid. It wasn't his first time taking oxys or Xanax. This doctor shopping Xanax, doing everything he can. And, hey, listen, more power to you. Now, this kid in white come from a rich family, probably not as bad guy. He got caught up in drugs. He was a stupid, wild kid, but he's one of those kids who were rich, so that's why he did it, because he, you know, they usually, like, rebel against their parents, that kind of shit. And then when they realize, man, they need their parents for that bail money, that's when things change. Obviously, a Spanish girl next to her, she a gang bitch for sure. So I would switch it around now. Personally, you know, I'm probably the worst guy here, probably just because of my age. That's it. Nothing else. Pop too. Me and Pop.
death involved. You kind of knew something was fishy, obviously. Nobody just gives people 10 grand. And yours was not willfully like, hey, I want to hurt my best friend. Obviously, no, but the result was your best friend.
What was it, Dad?
I would actually switch these two down here because the guy you shot was just as likely to have shot you.
Oh, it was just the black kid that would have shot you?
There wasn't enough money to come into your community and alleviate poverty, but there was enough money to put you in
Oh, here
prison
she
for I
is.
don't
She's
know how
changing the
long.
world.
So
All
there's
right,
unlimited
everything
funds.
wrong. How about if
Lock
it was
people
me
up,
that
but not
died?
enough
Well, then you
funds to
die,
lift
bitch.
people up. But just like whether you were the victim or the perpetrator that day was a coin toss.
I'm sorry, guys.
This gentleman traumatized
I can't take it.
I don't know how many people. for
Pop,
the-
because he
for
was
life,
cool as fuck.
Especially in these particular
Who's favoring
circumstances
Pop, man?
Where the guy you killed was sort of consenting to
I
the
hope you
risk of
favor
shooting
me,
you,
man.
right?
Pop,
I
no,
would put
Pop's
him
a
in
good
front.
dude, man. He's a pot smuggler, man. I knew guys like that.
I agree with
Matter of
that.
fact, him and I
I
knew
agree
a
because
friend.
it was self-defense
called him when we
and
went out on
he
break.
tied people up, and
That's okay.
that is traumatizing.
I didn't hurt anybody during our problem.
See? I'm defending myself.
It's our opinion.
I didn't hurt anybody. They jumped me.
That's traumatizing. You probably gave someone PTSD.
Oh, you gave some PTSD? I did.
100% I did.
So what is that? How
Well, I
many people
tried.
is that?
But you got to. No, I tried over 100 people. But the.
I tied up
Go
over.
back. Just go back. Just go,
Just go-
just go back.
Just
I didn't rob old people. I protected old people.
I protect the people.
Listen, although what I did
Look
was
at
wrong,
Pop laughing at me. Pop's
there is
loving it. He
code.
know he's just a cat. He's
I
a
never
character.
hurt
He's saying
nobody
that Larry's a
unless
nut
they were
like
my
me.
business.
That's
You
what
were
he's
in the
saying.
drug business, or you were in the
The old
loan
cat
sharking
there
business,
did 10 years.
bookmaking
Yeah, these white guys are a
really
little
fair
crazy,
game.
but he's all
Or if you
right.
were in the jewelry store.
Well, those jewelry stores didn't pay protection. There's a whole thing.
They didn't pay
Whole
protection.
different animal, how we
If
work.
they pay protection, they wouldn't be robbed. Now that's the way to live life, people. Look at Pop. He's loving
Especially
it.
if they stay in
Pop
the
is
business
loving
now
it.
every day when they go to work in the profession that they've had for their entire life.
Oh, shut
they're gonna
up.
think it's
Here
day
she
to
is
day,
again.
it's day to day.
Listen, they
So
couldn't
that's
get one person to come
emotional-
testify against me. Not one.
They didn't want
They
to
were
testify
scared.
against me.
You were in the mob, bro.
Because you were the
You're wrong, and I'm telling you why. And I
This
mean
is
it. They
crazy.
said he's a nice guy.
I'm a nice guy.
South
Man, I was in the
Florida.
newspaper.
Great store. Doing old people come in. I put them down.
Nice.
nicely.
You think I tie
didn't
up
even
old
them
people,
up.
people?
Oh no.
I ain't
I was wrong.
that.
Listen,
Come down nice.
I had the two people that were tied up.
He made a nice
The
bow.
girl, I used to do it in a suit and all. They buzz. Oh, here's people. I'm already robbing it. We went in, took them down. I let them in. I opened my jacket and said, "You're in a robbery." The old lady goes, "I go, no. You come with
Absolutely take responsibility. It says the snake.
No.
That's
problem."
right, Matt.
I
You're
said,
right, though.
listen,
I do say it. Take
listen,
man, you did it,
I
man.
said,
Bitch,
I said,
did it. And listen, it's over. I mean, you can't change it. What am I supposed to do? Go home every day and
Okay.
light
In the
candles so
newspaper the
people don't have
next day it said,
PTSD?
They were nice.
Trust me, man. I
They
got
had a story
PTSD
for
for
the
a lot of
day.
reasons.
But who?
She was still traumatized.
No, why
You gotta live it,
See,
man.
this is where snowflakes do it. And I'm,
Right, baked
I'm
sandwich.
always a
It's my
snowflake.
opinion.
Again, good. No, I agree. But we gotta get tough. we
Of
gotta get.
everyone
things
in
happen
that
to all
lineup,
of us.
I'd pick
He had an
Pop
addiction
too,
issue.
bro.
He
No,
turned
you
around, he
goddamn
didn't
right you
oh,
would.
Oh, me.
As long as
you
you're
don't
acting.
life.
Look at her. Got her hand out, just infuriated.
When you're in,
Oh,
when
the
you're in
bitch
that
is
criminal
crazy.
lifestyle, to you at that time, you thought you were being gentle with them. You were being nice. I didn't gag them. I didn't do this. They're living a regular people
All
life.
right, bro.
That is traumatizing. If you are a regular old couple cruising
That's
through the jewelry
everything's
store, you can see
traumatizing.
your
I
new
go out in the
dog
rain.
there.
I'm scared of
Dude
rain.
rolls
That's
up, Hey, let
traumatizing.
me gently tie your ass up. That's pretty rough for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. But you know, come
Their
on. Listen, I
psyche
was
at
nice
that point
Robert.
is rough.
Nice, you know?
There is things as a nice
I
rider,
tried
guy.
up an asshole
I mean,
once.
you can be an asshole.
Okay, but you opened your
they're-
jacket.
I got the gun.
Flash gun.
Even though it's a baby
Yeah.
gun,
What
it
was
was
the
a
BB
BB
gun?
gun.
I used to really-
Oh,
They
But it
didn't know
can't
that, though.
be.
Right, yeah, they didn't know.
There's trauma.
But I think
I don't
Oh
use
man,
guns.
I gotta. Well,
you have a strict moral code
after this,
so that you can sleep at night, but it's within the mindset of like the criminal lifestyle. Like, you're right, you traumatized them less than you could have.
oh, I
and that's
traumatized them.
good.
Listen, you
But
killed your
you
friend,
influ-
bitch.
You did hurt them.
I think you're justifying
I mean,
it
I
so
get
that you
it.
can be at peace with
I
yourself.
get
Although
it.
you've
You
changed,
know, you don't
I
like
still
me.
feel like that's
And I didn't like
traumatizing
me
to
either. I didn't
people.
say I was a
We live
nice
in a
guy. I wasn't
fluid, crazy,
upstanding
violent
citizen.
world.
No, but
Unless you
that's
were a
not,
friend.
man.
Yes,
Or you
I
lived
know.
next to me and I knew you. Then you were
Most people
protected.
do.
Listen,
Nobody's
you
gonna
said
rob
you
around
had
the
the
neighborhood
mayor
either,
in your
man.
pocket.
We didn't
I
play.
can infer from that a lot of things about your
Oh, I can
connections and
infer?
your power. in
Listen,
that
I'm
TV
inferring about you,
podcast
you little
tonight,
quest monster.
which would maybe deter
You know, she
people
went on
from
some
wanting to
quests.
testify.
I get
They go
you're
easy
100%
first. She
right,
had some,
but
like,
when you have
Hands and stuff.
parties in
When those
cities, you
quests
take care of
get
the
dark,
city,
you
the
ask Shane
people there,
Gillis,
the poor
man.
people never paid for a thing. I did things for that town. Now, to this day, there's pictures and they talk about because I
You
helped
see?
families
'Cause I
with
helped
kids,
the town.
give them sneakers, do it. You know, a lot of good. People just think of crime as, oh, that guy, you know, throw him away. But you know, there's a lot of economy in crime.
You damn right there's a lot of economy. I bought a lot of stuff for a lot of people with crime money. Still not
I
justifying.
personally don't think that Larry takes responsibility for his actions.
Oh, I don't think
he
Larry
just
takes
thinks
responsibility.
that it was just nothing. So I
Oh,
feel
really?
Like if
I
it
never did a
presented
crime
itself,
yet. Oh, it's my
probably
first
likely
one.
to reoffend
Who
you.
don't take responsibility, bitch?
No, you're number one.
Can you believe she said that, people?
Yeah, no, you're definitely.
I mean that. Can you believe that?
Even though this was just cannabis.
How
if
does
you're at
someone
the
say,
level of, like,
and then she, listen, guys,
flames and stuff,
I take
like,
responsibility for
that
my
stuff
crime.
I've only
He
seen
don't take,
in
that's what she
Glow,
said.
man.
And what does
Like,
she
that
do?
is like Hollywood to me, and like the level of
What did she do?
profit you were making off that. that's some crime. Like
She
I
didn't
mean,
take
like,
responsibility.
that really
I never
is,
did.
like,
This is my first
you know,
time ever doing a crime.
organized crime
I just
to
did
the
6 years.
highest degree.
So you're to like the lowest power, and he was to the highest degree.
You're right.
Marijuana?
You call it
I
right.
mean,
She's a snake
did you
lady.
admit- I don't know. Did you say how much money?
And they're right. They need to toughen up. Life isn't sunshine and rainbows and all. You're damn right it isn't, man. Tell him, Richard.
Right.
Lots of money.
I'm just thinking if his was more serious than yours, because you were how old?
18.
When you're that young, it's so hard to conceive.
Oh, look at her
of, like,
face again.
abstract
That bitch hates
consequences,
that.
Which is what, like, you had no idea.
Look
the
at her.
crime you were facing.
Oh,
I
everyone
was
wants to
more
like go with
organized
her.
than mine. Yes, yeah.
Well, one takes a small army, and one takes one person.
So
You
what
were
do you
doing it for a lot of years. My crime took one day, that's it. And it was
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
One day.
But it would have took more than one day if you didn't get caught.
maybe,
you would've-
maybe.
Oh yeah, maybe now.
You're right.
Look at
You're
it.
right.
So you-
Man, she's been in
Range
crime her
of
whole
count.
life.
How long was your organization?
I don't know, 10, 12.
Oh, yeah.
I agree with that.
What's she
The way
asking?
I
How old?
think- the way
How
I
long
think
is
it
this?
Right here.
Your
All right.
pot.
Penis
The way
or
I
something?
think
I don't know
about
what the
it
hell
is,
she said.
you had the most serious crime, all right?
In self-defense?
Especially when it comes to human life. And it was an
Tell him,
accident.
Pop.
What happened
That
to
guy,
you,
he knows. He
there was
committed
a
the
human
crime.
life
He did.
involved. So you would be next to him. You know, as far
move
as
him.
serious
Yeah,
crime,
look at this.
as
You
far as
tell him,
serious
Richard.
stuff went down.
Richard, my man, the old man, put the two people down there.
Nobody moved you.
But they try to put me back there. Look
But
at
I
that.
just so profoundly disagree with that. You're using this framework of like human life.
I only look
That
at-
being the end all be all. If there was
Hey, it is.
death,
You
but
killed
circumstances
somebody.
Matter.
It kind of is
Intent
the end all be all though, because like you can recover from a financial disaster. You can recover from, you know, someone robbed me. You can't recover from death. So that's why there's a little bit more
He's right,
seriousness to
man.
it.
Give the
Wait,
dude
they
his
don't
all.
get
He's
a
a smart,
chance.
educated
The day
dude. His parents
before,
put him
it
through
could have
real
been
good
Justin
college.
middlemanning me the gram, and I overdosed for the 13th.
Oh, and
time.
if I over.
It's
Well, you did.
point
So,
flip.
you know, you're
That's a
pissing me off now.
circumstance.
Look at her.
Still-
Look at
if
that
they charge
stance.
you. I'm not
I
saying
want a
anything about
psychologist tell me
it.
what stance that
Nobody
is for
there
a 25-year-old,
you know,
30-year-old.
Had people charge.
I don't get that
Losing their
stance,
life. You
man.
did.
What was that?
So he's got a point that being.
That was a weird ass
should.
stance.
You
Yeah,
know, move up.
that was a weird stance, man. You see that? That was some ritual
You
shit.
should be on the end.
Tell him, Richard.
You should be here.
Oh man, that was so good.
I don't
No,
agree with
I don't
that.
feel like self-defense.
Now they're all
should-
telling what the
should
crimes are. I should
be
just say
the
that.
worst crime.
Oh,
I
you.
wouldn't-
I'm
I
organized
kill
crime.
somebody
Get
if
the
you're
hell out of the
doing
way, you stupid idiots. You don't know.
Yeah.
Richard,
Led up to
get over
shooting
here. You're
at
my
him. Like,
consigliere.
he's in that world. They're going after
And a
each other.
consigliere
So you know
is-
that, right?
Okay, but
A-
the people
a
he's
guy who
operating
can-
in that world,
Oh,
he needs to
That's
be
why
at
I-
the
oh
front.
man, we
I
storming
think
out. We
the
still
argument
got
comes
internet,
down
man. We
here.
must be
He's
in
up front.
America.
The red is number one.
America.
For sure.
Yeah.
I got a headache,
Tied up
America.
over- tied up over-
Do I have to move?
That's pretty true.
Do I have to move?
I think Pops and Nike should switch spots.
Oh, me and Pop.
No, not
Nope,
you.
nope, you're good.
No, not you. You're
You're
staying
good.
there. They said.
So you
He's good.
Why are these people judging me?
in front of
Wow, who put this?
Tell
in?
me.
Who put my man over there? He's
Who
down with
do
me.
they think? Why do they think I'm the worst guy
Yeah,
there?
switch.
That's it.
Man, Nick was
Yeah, you
there.
can't
He says
be
I was the best guy
more
there.
Serious. But then wait, no, man.
Wait,
I
let me
can't
highlight
be
him.
in front of you.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, bro.
I mean, this is debatable, but again,
No, he's totally on the other end of this, man. He had no life lost.
I feel like that looks good.
That's just
we
the saying.
don't know that.
Pop, go down there, man.
where?
Go down to right after the guy black. No,
I
he's
tell
right.
Pop,
No,
he's
no, the
right.
girl.
Pop's
Come
a
on,
good
she knew
dude.
more when she said, go to the back.
She knew more than
You go to the
No,
back.
that
She
little
knew
kid,
You
that
don't like me.
that kid with the Xanax, man. That kid with the misdemeanor. Get in the back, man.
Drugs into another country.
Unless you be my celly.
That is serious.
Wait a minute. He's helping people. You are taking people's life savings.
All
What
right.
happens when they take the money out of the account?
Insurance.
Oh,
Nope.
you did a thing like I used to do.
Yeah.
You know what it
Yes,
was?
is.
Insurance.
He got his money back.
But that's
what
because
he
you
did.
got caught.
Thank you to the FDIC.
I also feel like
How
you
about all
need
the
to be
tax you
more
didn't
just
pay?
because like that's some pretty serious criminal activity. You ask me, even if it's just with weed.
All right.
So I put.
Oh, shut
you
up,
right
kid.
after her.
Now these kids want to say that weed's bad. You're taking Xanax. I don't know what needle they punctured through his brain to get another piercing.
Yes.
But come on, guys. If they made that lock me in, they can't do that. Now we rearrange by sentence. Zane, course, he did no time.
In sixth place, we have Dallas. In fifth place, we have Morgan.
You know that Pop got all that time.
In fourth, Camille.
Now,
In third, we have Will.
oh, second is Larry.
In second, we have Larry.
And the longest sentence, man, that Pop did 32 numbers, man.
For DUI
That's what they
with
call
injury,
it.
I was sentenced to
32
2 years,
calendars.
Without a
That's
license,
exactly what
3
they
months
say. How many
of
calendars
rehab,
you do?
and 3 months
32
of
calendars, brother.
For burglary,
Man, that's
felony, and
crazy.
Theft, I was sentenced to 0 to 5
That's
years.
older
in
than
state prison.
almost
Because
all
of
of these.
mitigating
Older than
circumstances, I
the
was
first
pled
kid.
down to
Older than
conspiracy to
this
distribute
little
heroin
twink.
and sentenced to 5
About
years.
as old as
For organized
this
fraud and
little
grand theft, I was
girl.
sentenced to 6
Pop,
years.
maybe the black guy,
Murder,
me.
33, I was sentenced to
The bald guy. The bald guy was a little baby when he went to
For
jail. Maybe
RICO,
40,
organized crime,
maybe 38.
and,
I'm an old man,
robbery,
so-
says the 4 12-year sentences.
I was charged with conspiracy to trafficking, and racketeering for cannabis, and I was sentenced to 98 years
98
on
years.
a reverse thing.
Longest, most serious. Look, most serious. What'd they do, man?
I spent 5 days in jail.
5 days in
Juvenile,
jail.
detention,
5 days in jail.
awareness,
I
foster
spent more
care,
in a
all that
holding
stuff
tank
included, jail, all
in
that
an
stuff.
airport
The longest
in
one-time
Oklahoma City.
stretch I did in prison was 18 months, but I've done roughly 5
This guy's longest
He
stretch was
sentenced me to
18 months.
contingent upon completion of the HOPE program,
Wow.
which was like a drug-related
It's a lot of
program.
time.
I completed that
What
program, got
county
out,
jail?
and was still a drug
'Cause this is-
addict. Picked up more charges after, and luckily
This got me
they
crazy,
sent me
man.
to, it's called drug court. And
I
that's
don't
where
know.
I found like
I don't know,
Alcoholics
man.
Anonymous,
This Twitch is-
Narcotics Anonymous. It's where I
I
got
hope people
long-term
come to
sobriety.
Twitch. I don't know if they
Went
will,
to a
but
rehab
we hope
program
they
in Southern
do.
Utah, and
I'm a
next month I'll
promoter
have
at a
15
couple
years of
places.
sobriety.
Where did I start playing games? Spider-Man.
That's what it was all about.
I can just play
served
Spider-Man right here on
4.5
the screen,
years.
right, Nick?
They gave me a
That's
much
how it
lower
works,
sentence. I
right?
was able to beat the drug delivery resulting in death.
Oh,
because
yeah.
The prosecutor said I did not meet the typical
Can we do that?
definition of a drug dealer. And again, because my
Play it just like this,
son's
and
mom
I
was
make this my
opposing the
third screen.
prosecution, They sort of dropped it to the minimum
Oh,
that
yeah.
they could without making it look like there was extreme.
Look, served
sentencing
4.5 years.
disparities.
All these people
I
served a lot of
served
time.
4.5 years.
I had 3 years in the
I got out on
hole,
probation,
man.
violated my probation, I got
Come
sent
on,
back.
3
I got
years
out
in the
9 months.
I
hole.
was sentenced to 15 to 30 years, but I wound up getting.
Yeah, this
10
dude
years
got
suspended,
15 to 30, you
for
know.
conspiracy.
If mine was
And I
48,
served
if
10
detectives don't want to look at the
20
numbers
years
the
in
way they
prison,
do
10
it.
years on the street.
He served
I
time.
ended up doing 4 12s duty. You have to do the 12 because I lost good time. Total 14 and a half years with 12 straight on the Fed bit. Man, my time in prison was pretty wild because I spent 3 years in the hole.
Oh yeah, I'm telling like it
In the
is.
hole.
The whole
I was
prison,
abused,
where
strapped
prisoners
down,
were being
beaten,
punished.
peed on,
Well,
by guards.
I'm glad you put Merriam-Webster because that
That's all
definition
fighting the
is
abuses of prison. Had a rough time, but I
not to
quit,
be punished when
got
they
my
want to
degree,
just torture
and
you.
Now I help a lot of people.
I've spent 32 calendars day for day.
Here we said
Before I
32
got out.
calendars, day for day.
Maximum security prison.
Crazy,
Longest-serving
man.
nonviolent
Paulie
inmate in the
Talib,
history
your
of
buddy,
this country.
spent
They couldn't give me any more time.
27
When they
calendars.
said that to me, I was
'cause
like,
he,
I looked over at my
had a
lawyer
30-year
and I said,
sentence.
They're not serious, are they? He said, don't say a word about it. We'll get you back. It's an illegal sentence, da-da-da-da-da-da. Meanwhile, make a long story short, I spent 32 calendars.
Yeah. Isn't that great when they say that? Hey, it's an illegal
Me
sentence.
personally,
You
I
are
did
talking
do
to
what I
federal
did. I
government
take
people.
accountability for it, and I did 18
Federal
months, which
government
at the
can do
time was a
anything
lifetime when I
they
was 19
want
years
to you.
old, but
Do you hear me, bros?
it
Think
was-
what I just
it was
said.
expected. That was the life I was living at the time. so it's like, I
32
don't feel bad about
illegal
the
sentence,
time I
probably
received, what I
illegal,
felt
but
it
he
was
lost
so
appeals and this and everything else.
You know,
And like he said,
I-
long
I
story
get
short,
22 time. We all
32
do time. I probably got
calendars.
away with more than that. than
For
I did. But, you know, when you
marijuana.
see pedophiles get very little time, I think that the sentencing disparity. I'm not saying that it was wrong. I deserve to be in prison. I'm one of
See,
them.
I tell
So
you, I
other people
deserve
did
to go
not
to prison.
deserve to do the time they did, or the length of time they did, obviously. So there's a lot of disparities there. So, but I gotta say,
I talk with my hands. I do notice that.
I think it was I got a
And my
great
back
break
is bad,
from
guys. I was a little
not
out of
getting
shape
time
there.
or
I'm getting
getting
back
life
in
in
shape
prison,
a little better.
Because I thought I would get life in prison. because a few of my friends were getting life for lesser crimes, you know, or just having conspiracy to a murder.
Yeah.
They got life.
You know,
As
that
someone
guy
who
was
struggled
quiet.
with
He was a quiet
addiction,
kid.
For all those overdoses I had, where Justin technically is the one who sold me the dope, even if
Here
it
we
was
go.
like middlemaning. To think
Say
that
it
if
like
I
it
would've
is. I
died,
was a
he
mess
could
up,
have been
man. I
charged with
sold
that.
shit, and I'm sorry. I wish I never
That
did.
makes me sick. But for my 5-year sentence for what I was charged with, because that carries a 20-year mandatory minimum. And if I was black, I would still be in prison. So I can.
Oh, now she's gonna be a championship for blacks in prison.
Are serving way longer sentences than they're charged with.
Come
that.
on, man.
really sick
If I
of
was
bearing
black, how do you know what
threats,
you would do if you were black?
And it seems like right now we wait for an
Nobody
overdose
knows.
to occur
That's
so
crazy.
we can punish
Some would
someone
say mad.
instead of
Yeah,
preventing
mad
it,
me up.
because, like, we
Mod
know
me up.
what prevents overdoses.
I think I'd do okay for a while.
And it's not
It's a
sending
mod.
people to
Oh,
prison,
snap.
but
Oh,
that's still like the go-to
Well, victim
thing
of her
that
own
the
choice. Yeah,
government
damn
is
right.
doing.
Exactly.
It makes me mad that we
She's
can
woke.
spend
You
millions
damn right
of
she's woke.
dollars either putting people in jail or prison for
She's
possession.
got the pretty makeup on. Her
my
lips
charge,
nice.
which is
I don't
users
know.
most often. It's not like
Okay.
kingpins like it was in.
She had that butch man, butch way.
For 20 years.
I don't know, a bigger
When
dick
if you
than
think
me.
about it, like that much money, if we invested that in treatment, in
Oh,
harm
people
reduction,
don't
we could be
understand how many
saving
people
lives.
steal
And
in
we
the
still
treatment
have some
industry.
of the highest
How many
crime
people
rate out of
take
any wealthy
government
country in
money
the
and
world.
don't give
Not only the
treatment?
highest crime rate, we have the highest
They
prison
play
incarceration
scam. They have guys
per
come in
capita
and they
or
give them a
not
few
per
dollars to
capita.
say they were there.
Most states are
There's
best,
so
most
much
countries,
garbage going in
states
the
their
industry.
have more
So
people
don't just say
incarcerated than
it's
these
oh
countries.
if they gave more
So we
this.
can go, and we know it's not working because our recidivism rate is high and our crime rates are high. So why
We
don't
know
do it?
incarceration
And let's
isn't
get to
the
that.
answer.
The
The
big
last
grand
day.
Congress
Listen.
won't pass a law. They're all making money. Private prisons. It's a big thing. How many jobs are involved? It's all a bunch of bullshit.
I think, you know, for
Have
the
to go
time
yard
that
out
I-
of jaw.
that I done for the crime,
Oh, that's
the
funny.
time was ridiculous.
Yes.
They have to make
Absolutely.
adjustments in this country. There's no doubt about it. It's out of control, and there's so many people still in prison. You know, for the crime that I was in prison for nonviolent cannabis charge. There's over 50,000 people in prison right now
Right now.
that need to come home. When they told me 98 years, I said, you got to be kidding me. For a nonviolent cannabis charge? Something that doesn't hurt people, it only makes them feel better. They got a pain in their foot, or they got a headache, or they want to just relax. It's really quite incredible.
Can you talk about how you got out early?
The Last Prisoners Project found out about me through my daughter and my son and my nephew.
I love this story.
They got in touch with me, and within 2 months I was home. And I was facing the rest of my life in prison. The bottom line is, they let me out because they were afraid of what would happen because the media got a hold of it. All the politicians were already getting in line to see how they could get their hands in it, and that's more or less, they didn't want the media on them. That's how fast it happened. I mean, it was like, you gotta be kidding, I'm going home?
What are you doing now?
Now I'm in the cannabis business in the state of Florida. Cannabis, buds and
He was the longest serving
pre-rolls.
cannabis.
I'm looking to, I'm expanding
In a while.
as we're speaking right now.
I've got like just a just a thought, I guess. I've been out of prison for 17 years now. It feels like it was yesterday. I called my dad the other day. I'm like, I've been out for 17 years. It's crazy. I went when I was 19. My life today, the people that know me today, they would have
19 is
no
17,
clue
he's
if
36.
they watch this and they're like, what? My solar guy is a prisoner? What the? Like, no way. So like, people can change, things get different. My life today is significantly different than what it was back in the, when I was actively involved in criminal behavior.
Go vomit,
But
whatever,
it's
bitch.
life
Keep
is better, life-
choking.
everyone can make
Oh,
that change. So that's
man.
kind of the message I want to throw out.
This was a super.
Oh, he is
This
crazy.
was a super thing today. This was special. I'll put this on one of my things, on my list, that this was one of the special things I've done since I've been home.
I don't know if you guys knew this. I had not a fucking clue what was going on. I said rankings. What's rankings?
I thought they were going to say what I said. They should have said what I
I got a
said.
phone call one day, and he's like, I don't know if
It
we
is
can
what
keep
it
doing
was,
this,
man.
You're
I
upside
hope
down
you get
40 million.
that,
You know?
man.
This is what.
I had a tea like already,
Speaking
so
of Connor, is this marketing on Connor's behalf?
I will tell you this.
Oh man, I hope you like that. That was pretty good. Let me go to bed. Why do I even say that? Do you have to